The following is a special presentation of Miami All Access powered by the Miami University Bookstore. Not just a bookstore, the bookstore.
Hear the entire interview when you want with SiriusXM On Demand. To learn more, go to SiriusXM.com/on-demand. Never miss a can't-miss moment with SiriusXM On Demand.
Anytime there's change, it's hard on everyone, and there is a learning curve for everyone. And it doesn't matter if you're taking over a program because the coach has had success and had moved on to another job, or you're taking over a program because they hadn't won as much as people would like and they decided to make a change. There's still going to be a schematic change, offense and defensive special teams typically, and there's still going to be a culture change. Even if there's a good culture, you got to deal with that. And then you got to take the fact that it's hard on kids. What happens when coaches get let go, everybody thinks about the coaches, which obviously I'm a coach. I always feel bad when coaches get let go. But it's hard on college kids, whether they love the coach, didn't love the coach. They're part of something that went awry, and they're going to feel guilty and responsible. And we don't talk enough about that in college athletics, what effect it has on these student athletes. So that's also trying to get these kids picked up by their bootstraps and starting to get them feeling good about themselves again because they went through a situation that wasn't something that's too fun to be a part of.
Coach, of course, you had tremendous success at Grand Valley State as the head coach there, 74-7 during your time in the GLIAC, as they call it, I believe. And then you go to Notre Dame with Brian Kelly, and I believe you worked with Brian there at Grand Valley as an assistant as well. But what do you take from him in terms of applying that to how you approach your head coaching position there at Miami?
I just think every experience you get, and obviously there's a big difference between Grand Valley State and Notre Dame as far as the level you're at and the recruiting and the managing. And then obviously I worked with Brian at two different spots. I worked with him assistant at Grand Valley. Then I took over from him and became the head coach at Grand Valley. And then obviously I worked for him as assistant. And I have unique experience. I worked for him as a secondary coach, and I worked for him as an offensive coordinator, which obviously is very rare at any level of football, let alone at that level of football. So I've got some unique experiences to draw on. The thing that I think's helped me is we're kind of in between the Notre Dames and the Grand Valley State, so I think I have a pretty good leg up when it comes to recruiting and what type of kid, that we're not shooting too high and chasing guys that are going to end up at the Notre Dame's low, but we're not shooting too low either. So I think I have a unique experience, and I can take away some of that national recruiting and draw on that experience from Notre Dame to help us try to get the talent level in our program where it needs to be.
Hear the entire interview when you want with SiriusXM On Demand. To learn more, go to SiriusXM.com/on-demand. Never miss a can't-miss moment with SiriusXM On Demand.